Um, as always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
I had to go with my man Baker Mayfield, named as the starter for the Tampa Bay Bucks. He's stepping in there to replace the great Tom Brady, beat out Kyle Trask. Apparently has looked really efficient, kind of taken that role, taken that job, and run with it. Locker room seems to really like the guy. I've heard some of the defensive players talking about him and supporting him. We talked about this kind of feels like it's maybe his last chance as a starter in the NFL. If he could take it out, take or go out there, run with it, get some wins. It's a winnable division, right? It's a winnable division. I guess you'd say Carr in New Orleans is the best quarterback in the division, but Baker's got some nice pieces to work with as long as the offensive line can keep him upright, healthy to where he's not scrambling for his life. I think that they can do some nice things.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it really, when you think about why Baker went to Tampa Bay, right, and maybe he ended up taking less money from them than somewhere else, he wanted the chance to start. So beats out Trask, and now he's starting. He's got the chance, right, to go prove the type of player that he is. And really, at this point in his career, what else can you ask for? He's got some good weapons as well,
Yep.
right? I mean, you really can't ask for anything more than the opportunity he's earned here. And with some of the reports about some of his money missing, right, and that whole ordeal, and the lawsuit and whatever's going on with that whole thing, right? It's probably very important to him to go out and play at a high level and get a big ass deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pulling for him. He's still a very, I don't know, call him polarizing if you want. I feel like he is. I think he's done a really good job of kind of changing his image a little bit. I mean, I think he still gets hit with that, even though he's not really doing or saying anything. I think it's just he's carried it a little bit, but not nearly as much as when he first entered the league. But he's still fun to watch. And I know Sooner fans love watching him. So the fact that he's going to be starting on Sunday is going to be great.
Yeah, and I've said this a lot. I'll continue to say it. The NFL is more fun when Baker Mayfield's playing. Just is.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
I mean, you mentioned he's polarizing. When he's playing, there's just more people talking about the NFL, right? And it's fun to watch. He understands the entertainment aspect of being an NFL quarterback as well, and it's just fun. The NFL is more fun when Baker Mayfield is on the field. So I was fired up to see that he won the job, and I think I speak for nearly everyone that listens to this podcast. Like, we hope he goes out there and kills it and signs a fat new contract. Right? That's the hope. That's the dream,
Totally
baby.
agree.
Come on.
Yep.
All right, who
Yep.
do you have as your
Make it
loser?
make it
Oh,
a difficult decision for him.
yeah, yeah, no doubt.
I for loser, I always got to take as many chances as I can to fire a shot at Texas. Um, and this is a way to kind of kill two birds with one stone. Call Texas a loser and talk about how good Bijan Robinson is doing in the NFL right now. If they gave away offensive player of the year before the season, I think it'd go to Bijan Robinson. They are loving what he's doing down in Atlanta. It looks like he's going to have an awesome year. As expected, he's the all around, like the perfect build for this era of running back in the NFL. Can do a little bit of everything and do it all outstanding. And I got to tell you, I of all the people that are jumping all over the Texas bandwagon, I don't know if any of them watched Texas last year and realized how different Texas was with Bijan in the game and without Bijan in the game. It's a totally different football team. And I don't know. I remain pessimistic or whatever you want, however you want to label it with Texas, I don't think they're going to be able to replace him at all, and their running game is going to struggle.
Yeah, the question becomes, and I think they feel pretty good about the running back depth, especially, CJ Baxter is a, all world freshman that they're excited about. And they got a couple other guys, but they don't have Bijan back there. And the question is how many mistakes did he clean up? Right? How many things went unnoticed just because he was as special as he is? Right? I I saw, what was that, like a 12-yard run he had in their preseason game? First time he touched the ball. One of the most
Yep.
electric 12-yard runs you'll see. But I mean, he is that special of a player. I mean, the guy's got his own mustard, for God's sakes. I mean, you got to be special to have your own mustard. But yeah, that's something I'm really interested in seeing. Like, it's, even when you've been recruiting as well as Texas has been recruiting, it's really hard to replace a guy like that. I mean, it just is, man. So I'm with you. You're saying Bijan's success should be a warning sign to Texas fans.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. And like, just think of it this way. I mean, it's usually way more pronounced in the NFL. When a rookie is starting in the NFL, like most teams end up playing really well because they slow down, they take a lot of the decisions and the plays out of the quarterback's hands. They ask him to make like 5 or 6 plays a game on like big throws on third down. The rest of the time, conventional, slow pace, conservative, rely on our defense, rely on field position. Is the same thing last year with Ewers. You go back and you look at Ewers' numbers, especially as the season progressed, he threw the ball less and less and less, right? And they covered him up with Bijan Robinson and what all he could do and easy throws and stuff like that. They don't have that option anymore. I know they probably think they do with a big time recruit that's come in, but they're going to open things up because it's Quinn Ewers' second year, and they're not going to have that to fall back on, and it's going to be a problem.
All right. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. You heard what the man said. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get to my winner and loser. But first,
John Vance Auto Group has been serving Oklahomans for 40 years, family owned and operated. They've got 9 full service dealerships in Woodward, Miami, and Guthrie. No matter what your vehicle needs are, John Vance Auto Group has you covered. They carry domestic brands such as Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, and Wagoneer. John Vance Auto Group's goal is to give unequaled service and to exceed customers' expectations in every way, which is why they have their lifetime loyalty program. And here's how it works. Buy a new or used car from them. All you have to do is get all of the manufacturer recommended maintenance done at the Vance dealership. And if something goes wrong with the components of your engine, transmission, drive axle, or transfer unit, they will cover the repair costs. It's a great deal. You can browse their entire inventory or find the John Vance dealership near you at vanceautogroup.com.
and First Fidelity Bank is a full service financial institution based in Oklahoma with tailored solutions for all your personal and business needs. Checking accounts, saving accounts, home loans, and much more. They do it all. Whether it's online banking from your computer or mobile banking from your phone, everything is stress-free with FFB. Making mobile deposits, paying bills online, and moving money to different accounts could not be easier. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, make your life easier and go bank with First Fidelity Bank. Visit ffb.com for more information. All right, for my winner of the week, thought about going with DJ Uiagalelei. Named the starter at Oregon State. Right, good for him. Didn't go the way he thought it was going to go at Clemson. Little change of scenery, right? Going and playing for Jonathan Smith up there. And we'll see what he can do. This is a team that won 10 games a year ago, and we'll see what DJ can get done. See if he can take that offense to another level, right? They're going to lean on that running game, but yeah, I was happy for him.
Yeah, he's kind of the lost name in the great quarterback year that the Pac-12 is going to have, right? And kind of a forgotten about transfer, but now that he's won that job, you look at all the names, it's incredible. It's going to be a fun year for the Pac-12. And
Yeah,
Oregon State is a dangerous football team.
yeah, and they are a right now they're a team with no nation, man. They're mercenaries.
I don't know if he didn't know he was transferring to a Mountain West team.
Yeah. So they they could be just all kinds of pissed off this season with how things have gone down. But we'll see. But my win of the week is actually another Pac-12 quarterback. I guess technically it'll be a Big 12 quarterback next year. But Jaden Rashada, named the starter there by Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. And this was something we talked about when all the drama went down with him at Florida. Just a reminder, he was the player. He signed a $13 million deal with Florida's collective. And then it all just ended up falling through. Was able to get released from his national letter of intent, ended up going to Arizona State to play for Dillingham. And from what it sounds like, yeah, Drew Pine transferred from Notre Dame to Arizona State. He pulled a hammy a couple weeks ago, but it sounded like this was going to be Rashada's job anyways, because they've been really, from everything I've read, they've been really, really impressed with his improvement throughout training camp. Guy just, I guess, just has an elite arm, but I'm glad he got there to Arizona State and didn't let, and I don't know if embarrassment is the right word, but didn't let the embarrassment of how things went down at Florida prevent him from doing his thing. Right. And I want to see this guy succeed because he's become the face of NIL gone wrong. Right. And the fact that he was able to get there, able to win the job, and going to go out there and start as a true freshman for a Pac-12 team, that's a hell of an accomplishment. And I was really glad to see this for him. Like the fact that he worked through all the Florida stuff and was able to seemingly come out on the other side and is going to be starting for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, and I'm anxious to see what that offense looks like. People got to remember Kenny Dillingham has been on a rocket ship up. He was at Florida State. Then he took the Oregon offensive coordinator job there, and they had a great year last year. Got a head coaching gig there at Arizona State near his hometown. He's done some really good things, so I'm sure that offense is going to be really fun to watch. And again, man, it's just another guy. Almost every single team in the Pac-12 has elite quarterback play.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
the
remember,
possibility of elite quarterback play.
Yeah, this was a guy that was like a top 5, top 6 quarterback in that recruiting class.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big time guy.
Yep.
Right. There's also a funny angle to this whole thing. There's the possibility now that he's been named a starter. There's the possibility for some true pain for Florida fans here. They're starting Graham Mertz. I don't think any of us have been blown away by Graham Mertz in his college career up to this point. And there's a scenario where Graham Mertz goes out and throws a couple interceptions in the opener and they lose to Utah. And then the following week, Rashada leads Arizona State to a win over Oklahoma State. And Florida fans are sitting there going, oh my God, why didn't we just give him the $13 million? There is that. Does it make me a bad person that's how I kind of wanted to go down?
No, it
Okay,
doesn't.
good.
Because it's the entertainment factor, right?
Yes,
At
exactly.
at least Florida fans will have Sundays that won't be as upsetting. Oh, wait, what if they see Anthony Richardson with the Colts lighting it up, who couldn't do very much at all at Florida? I mean, I honestly believe that if he has a ton of success in the NFL, it is going to reflect very poorly on the Florida coaching staff.
That's
Same thing
fair.
with Rashada. That just adds a new, total, different level to it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. But Jaden Rashada, your starter for the Arizona State Sun Devils. All right, for my loser of the week, thought about going with the Baltimore Ravens. The streak is over. It's over. They finally lost a preseason game. Joey Sly hits a 49-yarder with a few seconds left to go, and the Washington Commanders snap a 24-game preseason win streak. Ravens fans would probably point out they didn't play any of their starters while the Commanders played their starters for like the entire first half. But yeah, man, one of the more peculiar streaks in all of sports ends at 24.
It's crazy. That's a long time. That's a long time for the Ravens. But the Commanders' offense looks fun.
Yeah.
You could see that creativity that we saw with Kansas City starting to come out a little bit. And I know it's preseason where they're running a lot of the basic stuff, but they're going to be an interesting team to watch.
Yeah, and maybe the thing that kind of overshadowed that entire game. Did you see the clip of the Commanders' new owner, Josh Harris, in the booth with Buck and Aikman?
I did.
Oh,
I did. It's one of those things where it's like this innocent thing, but I almost can't bring myself to watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I like
just
no.
so uncomfortable. You're like, oh no, oh no. He shook his hand. He wasn't going for the handshake. What are you doing? Oh, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It is hilariously awkward. It's amazing.
It's funny. I feel for everyone in the entire situation. I feel for the owner. I feel for Joe Buck, who's like, how do I respond to this? I feel for Aikman, who's standing over the corner witnessing the whole thing. It's
I
great.
loved Aikman in the clip. Like he's trying to hold the laughter in, and like the audio, he's just like, what in the Aikman is definitely the best part of that clip by far. Buck kind of just kept it moving though, which was impressive.
Right. The great thing is like, this is the good thing and the bad thing about the internet is that like little innocent 5-second clip where they were on television. It's going to live on forever, unfortunately for him. Like that's all anyone's going to think of anytime they see him.
Yeah. But hey, they won the game and celebrated, right? I had no problem with the
Right.
celebration. All right, but my loser of the
You could show
week.
everyone the check he's going to cash at the end of the season for owning an NFL team.
Yeah, it won't suck. He'll take the awkward handshake. He'll take the mistake. He's going to be just fine. All right, for my loser of the week, I'm going Swamp Kings, the Netflix documentary about the Florida Gators under Urban Meyer. Now, full disclosure, I was so fired up when it got announced, and I have not watched it yet. But the reviews that I have seen are not good. It sounds like everything that we wanted to be in there, right? When it comes to all the off the field issues that the players on that team had, and even Urban Meyer had, it sounds like none of them get mentioned in this documentary. And I saw this tweet from Jim Weber. He said, things omitted from the doc. Any mention of Aaron Hernandez, anything about the Pouncey twins, Cam Newton's stolen laptop, Percy Harvin attacking the wide receiver coach, Carlos Dunlap being arrested before the 2009 SEC championship game, Shelly Meyer's 911 call, and Urban Meyer going to the hospital with chest pains. The entire 2010 season, including Urban Meyer versus reporter Jeremy Fowler confrontation at practice, and Chris Rainey threatening to kill his girlfriend. None of that. Like every story that we hoped they were going to dive into, none of them are going to be in this documentary. And I'm still going to watch it, right? Because it's a college football documentary. Of course I'm going to watch it. But it sounds, just from everything I've heard, like it just paints Urban Meyer as an awesome and nice guy, and it's just a lot of Tebow. So I was heartbroken seeing that none of the juicy stuff is going to be in there. I don't know why I expected. Well, I know why I expected, because the trailer hinted that we were going to get a lot of that stuff in it, and it turns out we're getting none of it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty wild. Like some of the stories that come out of that group, like the list there, and that list there doesn't even have. I know it says any mention of Aaron Hernandez. Like, is that? I guess that includes that the possible shooting. Did the guy die that they thought Aaron Hernandez shot there on the outside of the bar in Gainesville?
I as far as I don't remember if he died or not. As far as I remember, did he?
He was
I
shot in
dude,
the
that
face, wasn't he?
yeah, and I guess the only mention of that is like Tebow says, "Oh, the bar fight thing, like that was my fault," and that's it. That's the only thing that's said in the entire documentary about it.
Wow,
It's really
crazy.
disappointing, man. Like we were all so excited for this. Damn it.
How, isn't it amazing that Tim Tebow, possibly the best person ever, existed in that environment? Like, how did that work?
I wish they would dive
Isn't
into
it
that,
crazy?
you
It's like,
know?
I know it's crazy.
But I'm still gonna watch it, but I'm definitely my maybe it's best that I saw the reviews before I went in because I was thinking this is gonna be the greatest
Yeah,
thing ever. And now my expectations are significantly lower. And maybe in a weird way that'll make me enjoy it more. Maybe. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. No, I'm with you. I think there's got to be something in there that's enjoyable. I haven't watched it either. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah. All right.